Hello violin players. In this lesson we're practicing a Tisket, a Tasket, which is number 148 in your book. Let me play it for you first and then I'll tell you what to look out for when you play it. And this is a lovely, sweet sounding song, I think. I'd like you to aim to play with a whole bow on all the half notes or the minims, and also in places where you've got two quarter notes or two crotchets slurred, because together they might make up the same value as a half note or a minim. So you use the whole bow for those. When you get single quarter notes in this music, you play them at the lower half of the bow, and that is why we're starting in the middle. This piece starts on an up bow, and I'm playing towards the heel on the first note. Whole bow here, whole bow again. Now stay in the lower half of the bow. So if you've done it correctly so far, you should find yourself at the heel. Well done. And on this last note, you want to aim to play with a straight bow. So you push your bow arm forwards so that your bow remains parallel to the bridge. If it doesn't go right, you might find yourself slipping across the fingerboard. And why is it slipping? Because my arm has gone to my side right here, you see? So therefore you want to aim to bow in that direction, so you finish straight in front of you with your bow arm. Now let's have a look at the middle of this piece where you have your separate bows, where you see the down bow sign. And when you play the lower half of the bow, try to make your pinky a little bit softer so it starts to work like that. And that helps you with your bow changes right at the heel of the bow. And there we're playing whole bow, so we don't need to worry about that pinky so much anymore. If your pinky is soft and you can hold the bow with not much squeezing, you get really soft bow changes. Let's practice that again, shall we? From the middle of your piece, and smashing. Now in order to be able to bend and stretch your fingers when you play at the heel of the bow, you have to find a certain level of relaxation, and that is usually a matter of progress, and sometimes some people need a little bit more time for that to develop in your playing, and others can be a little bit more flexible a little bit earlier on already. So if you feel that's near impossible to do that, do this exercise with me. So we're starting a little bit lower, and when we start, my fingers are straight. And now if you move the bow up towards the ceiling, you may find that it's easier to bend your fingers. And now as you go down, try to straighten your fingers. And then as you go up, try to bend your fingers. And straighten your fingers as you go down. And then you get that same sort of movement in your fingers, the movement that you need here in your piece. Except it's a bit easier to achieve because your bow is upright rather than flat. It's much harder to do it like that. You see, but if you find it difficult to do, try this exercise and you'll soon find that you'll get some movement in your fingers. So that is one thing that I'd like you to start developing in this piece. The second thing is, I'd like you to make sure that you play a fourth finger in the third bar where you get the A, and you are at a level of playing now where you can start to avoid playing on a higher string if you possibly can. If you play all the notes in this piece on the D string, they all have the same timbre, namely the timbre of the sound on the D string. And it's slightly more stylish when you keep all your notes in that same style of playing. And I'll show you the two differences. So I'm going to go from the beginning, and I want you to just listen. I'll play from the beginning to the middle, and I want you to just listen to see if you hear a difference. This was the version with the open A string. Now, if you've heard a difference, can you write about how that felt for you, what you thought about it, in the description down below this video? It would be really nice to see if somebody observes that it sounds different, and that A, when I play with an open A string, is a little bit out of the line, so you suddenly get a note that is a lot louder. Or maybe some other people will say, I didn't hear that at all, and that's also good. So let's get a discussion going. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel and you've enjoyed this video, please consider doing so now. And have I told you about Henriette's Violin Club? If you want to find out what Henriette's Violin Club is all about, click on the join button and you'll have it all explained to you there. I very much look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.